Right, here we go. Today we're going to be looking at my new phone for the next year, the iPhone 16 Pro. As usual, I woke up early in the morning and went down to the Apple store to collect not one, but two phones this year because I hope that Lena will be joining me this year after her Pixel 6 burst last week in Munich because the battery expanded and pushed the screen out. So let's see what we're going to get in the boxes of the UK versions, compare the colors, pop them in some cases, and have a little chat about the iPhone 16. So I have in front of me the iPhone 16 Pro in Desert Titanium, the iPhone 16 Pro in Black Titanium, and I also picked up this Apple iPhone 16 Pro silicone case. But I just want to talk quickly about the things I didn't pick up, because this year at the Apple store was a little bit interesting. So of course we had the usual shenanigans going on outside. But the first interesting thing was the difference between the colors of the iPhone, the regular iPhone, and the Pro iPhone. Apple really scored an own goal this year with the colors because the colors on the regular iPhone 16s look great. They're rich, vibrant, and the tones are very pleasing. So even if you may not be a fan of one particular color, it's not going to be offensive to anyone, I don't think. Also, the colored cases that Apple have made for the regular 16 look great on the regular 16, and they don't look that good on the iPhone 16 Pro for some reason. Even the camera layout on the regular 16 looks better as well, and in the case it also looks better. I think there's something to be said about lining the cameras up in a row rather than putting them in some kind of diagonal pattern. But the most disappointing thing for me was the black color, because as you know, I always buy the black iPhone for myself. But the black on the Pro iPhone this year is really muted and gray, whereas the black on the regular iPhone 16 is very black, like charcoal black. And it's not because of the titanium, I'm talking about the back glass. Even on a regular iPhone 16, it's properly black, but on the iPhone 16 Pro, it's like this gray again. So in conclusion, the regular iPhone 16 this year is unquestionably the better looking phone out of the two of them. So now let's get on with the unboxing. So as I said, I picked up two phones and a case, but the Desert Titanium one is not for me. This one is for Lena. So I'm going to put this aside and she's going to unbox this later herself. I really don't want to unbox another person's phone because unboxing your thing is like part of the whole experience. So I'm going to put this aside for now and we're going to focus on my Black Titanium. So here's a look at the box. Little Apple logo on the top, iPhone, Apple logo on the bottom, iPhone on the side. Of course on the back, just all of your information about where it's made and all that regular stuff. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Now as I seem to be reviewing phones now, I have to say this gets less and less exciting each time, but it still feels a little bit special unboxing something, you know, of this value. So here we go, iPhone 16 Pro in black. Even though I said the iPhone 16, regular iPhone 16, the black looks a lot better, I still think this is the best color for the iPhone 16 Pro. If you buy any other color, I think you're just wrong. I hope Lena doesn't watch this part of the video. So here we go. Now, I'm going to leave it here because I want to compare it to the iPhone 15 Pro, which I have over here in its fine woven case, just to see if you can see any difference in the colors. And here we are. I'm trying to move them around to get the best light. Now, I know some people say the Black Titanium is different this year, but to me, that is either exactly the same or so close that it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. So expect the same exact color Black Titanium iPhone. Front, we've got the peel, and in the UK we get a SIM tool. We get the braided USB-C cable. I'm so glad they give you this because it's actually a really good quality cable, and good quality USB to USB cables aren't really cheap. So this is nice to have. And in the box, I've heard we have no stickers, which is super disappointing. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to rant about that because I like stickers. I think, you know, one of the things about Apple is that they try to keep their customers by doing all of these little nice things. Like this morning, I had these two iPhones booked in 2 different time slots. And I'm like, could I collect them at the same time? And the guy's like, oh, we don't usually do that, but sure. You know, little things like that make people loyal to Apple and come back for more things. And not having the stickers, man, is just it's just a nail in the coffin. I don't like that Apple is now going down this route. So that's it for the box, guys. Let's have a look at the phone itself. Now let's do that peel. Let's do this peel together, guys. You ready? So here we go. Let's share this peel. Nice. From the back, it looks the same. The sides, I think, were meant to be a little bit different as well this year. Let's see. Let's again put it up against last year's phone and see if there's actually any difference. Okay, so here now on the sides, you can see that the sides are a bit blacker on the 16 Pro as opposed to the 15 Pro. So this is what people were talking about when they said the new iPhone is a little bit blacker. But the thing is, right, if everybody knows that people would like it a bit blacker, why not just make the back glass black as well? When you see videos of the iPhone 16 in black, you will see what a big difference it is. So great that the sides are now a little bit blacker, but honestly, come on, man, you could have just made the whole thing black. So nice try, but could have done better. My SIM tray there. Obviously, if you're in America, you're not going to have that. Got the buttons, No, I don't want to turn this on yet because I'm going to set this up later. This is just an unboxing. And the camera button is, it's funny because I played with it in the store on the other phones and it's like, it's kind of, it does click like it, the phone is off, right? But it does have a natural click. Listen to this. I hope you can pick that up. So it's a pressure sensitive button, but also clicks and also has a trackpad. So, you know, a lot of work has gone into that, and I appreciate it. I just hope it lives up to its promise. Now, I just want to address quickly what YouTube reviewers are saying about the new iPhone 16s. Now, recently we've had a lot of instances where reviewers are benefiting in some way. This ranges from accepting money or having to say only good things about the product or accepting paid trips to Japan and so on and so on. And everyone was giving great reviews about everything. But now with the iPhone, it seems like everyone is overcompensating in the other direction. Now being super critical is trending. And listen, I'm often super critical on my channel. Like I was just recently super critical about this Beats case. But you have to really try to be unbiased and not follow the trends. But they're using really strong words like Apple is lazy, malaise, and it's boring. People are saying it's not much of an upgrade from the 15. But first of all, it's a huge upgrade. But also, nobody who has the iPhone 15 Pro should be upgrading to this. Let me put that out straight away. Like if I was just a normal person, there's no way I was upgrading because it's not enough of an upgrade. If I had an iPhone, I don't know, 13, 14 even maybe, I would upgrade. But I'm not going from 15 to 16 unless I'm making YouTube videos. And don't try to blame Apple for making us pay for small upgrades. Even Apple don't want you to upgrade. Look, listen carefully. They always compare the latest phone with the one that's a few years old. They don't say, hey, this feature is 5% better than last year. They say, hey, look, this feature is 50% better than the one from a few years ago. So if you don't want any of the new features, good for you. No one is forcing you to upgrade every year, and you really shouldn't upgrade every year. I think reviewers, like it's kind of easy to lose touch with reality a bit with the audience when you're getting all these phones, especially for free. Every year you get a phone and you think, well, hey, you know, this is like normal life. But it's not for most people. Upgrading your phone every year was just never the point. I actually agree with the incremental improvements because from my point of view, I don't want to buy a phone, say the iPhone 15 Pro, and then in 1 year it's completely outdated and I have to buy the new phone. I want my phone to keep being competitive and have value for like 2 or 3 years at least. And I don't want to have phones come out less often, like every 2 years or so, because if I need a phone now, say I drop my phone and smash it or it falls into a river or something, I want to be able to get the latest stuff, even if it's only slightly better than the stuff I had. So imagine a new phone comes out every 24 months instead of every year. And on month 23, you drop your phone into a river. You have to go and buy what is then like almost a 2-year-old phone. And then a new one comes out in 1 month time. And then you can't upgrade right away because you just bought a new phone. So you have to wait another 2 years. And by the time that happens, you're using a 4-year-old phone. Now, that doesn't make any sense. All right, now that that's out of the way, let me tell you what's new on the 16 Pro because it's actually a lot. So there's a brand new main sensor. Now, even though it's the same 48 megapixels as last year, it's a little bigger, so it's going to be better in low light and give you more of that natural background blur everyone likes. The ultra wide is also brand new. Now I take a lot of ultra wide shots and I always notice how much more grainy they come out from the main camera. So I kind of restrain myself from using it unless it's like in the daytime with bright light. So now the ultra wide is up from 12 megapixels to 48 megapixels, the same as the main sensor. And that's, to me, that's a big upgrade. I think the main camera of the 15 Pro took really good pictures last year, so I can't wait to try out this new one on the ultra wide. Also, we got the 5x telephoto. Now this was in the Pro Max last year, and now it's in the Pro, so that's really good. I can't wait to play with that also. I once had an S23 Ultra, and I'm not gonna lie, I missed that 10x zoom. That thing was so much fun. I know this is only 5x, but you know, it's getting there. And now we have the camera control. Where is it? What side is it? Here we are. Now, I don't know how well this is gonna work out in real life, but it is a physical upgrade, and physical upgrades cost money. It's a button, it's pressure sensitive, and it's a touchpad. Sorry, but how is that the same old boring thing from the iPhone 15? These reviewers need to get a grip and snap back to reality, I think. Okay, so Apple Intelligence didn't come out, and I'm pissed off about that. And I was looking forward, especially to editing people out of my pictures and so on. But it is what it is. That's software, so it'll come out eventually, and I can survive without it. I'm not happy about it, but it's not the end of the world. Nobody's going to die without AI in their life. Well, not yet anyway. So I can't see any other differences on the exterior of this phone. It looks pretty much the same. It is a little bit bigger. Oh, let's see how much bigger it is. So let me just balance them on the table here. And you can see there how much taller it is. It's slightly taller, maybe 3 or 4 millimeters. Actually, it's not slight. That's actually quite substantial. That's a much bigger phone. As far as the width goes, however, I think it's pretty much the same. So I think they've pulled like an iPhone 5 trick where they just made it a little bit taller for us. Thickness looks about the same, or as near as is like significant. It's insignificant if there's any difference. Camera modules appear to be the same size, same location of everything. Feels the same, nice matte finish as well. Now, I think there was going to be a difference in the rails as well. Like one was supposed, like last year's iPhone 15 was supposed to be brushed, and it does look brushed. And this one was supposed to be sandblasted instead. Now, if there's a difference, it's really hard to tell. I need to get my other pair of glasses, right? So I'm going to be watching this video, same as you, and trying to figure out if I can really tell any difference between these two finishes on the titanium. Oh, which is which? Okay, this is a 16. Right, so I've got a Beats case, which I have reviewed already, and I've said it's not very good. I'm not happy with it. Go watch that video if you want to check that out. I'm not going to go through all of that again. But let's see how the actual iPhone 16 looks in it. So let's get this in. Oh, it's quite a tight fit actually. Oh, because it's hard plastic, man. Okay, so that's in. That's how it looks. Oh boy. I mean, it doesn't look awful. If you're into retro and you like this 60s toaster plastic color, and you know, yeah, you're all right with the bottom being cut out. You know, if you're okay with things like that, it's not awful. But I don't think this really goes, man. Like, all right. I mean, look, this is how it looks. You judge for yourself. You decide whether you like it or not. It feels really slippery. It feels like a bar of soap. And I'm not going to trust this. I think I'm going to return this. In fact, that's why I picked up the silicone case installed today. Because I don't think that I'm going to be keeping this on my phone for long. Now, the thing which I was most worried about was the buttons, right? Because I couldn't test it. I didn't have the iPhone 16. So now that we have the iPhone 16 in there, the buttons... Okay, you know what? The buttons don't feel too bad. So if you've watched my review of this case and I was wondering about the buttons, they're okay. They're fine. They work. They're pretty clicky. They're okay. I don't mind. I don't mind the buttons at all. They're fine. I don't want to press power button yet, but let's put camera button. And yeah, that feels really good as well. That feels really good. Okay, so the looks are questionable. It's up to you whether you like the looks or not. The buttons actually work just fine. The black on 60s toaster looks okay to me. But you have to be okay with this cutout down here. But I think now that the buttons are confirmed to be okay, I think the biggest problem with this is going to be the slipperiness of it. Listen. Okay, enough about that. let's get on with the silicone case now. As I said, I picked this up in store because I kind of knew I wasn't going to keep this one. So this should be your standard silicone case. Now, when I played with the silicone case for the 15 Pro last year, I actually didn't mind it, you know. So let's see, this will be interesting. So here's a black silicone case, obviously, because I'm trying to keep to the aesthetic of black phone, black case. Here's my fine woven from last year. So upset that they stopped making this. So I think the closest match was this silicone case. So let's have a little comparison of them. So, you know, one thing I like about cases is if you have a nice felt interior to like immobilize dust inside it. And this Apple case has the felt on the back. It also is all up the sides and everything. So this is going to give a lot of protection to your phone. Compare that to the Beats case. Oh my God, this is so hard to get off. Jeez. I'm going to have to take a minute. Sake. Okay. Pardon the language. Okay, now it's turning on. Thanks. Okay, this is never going on my phone again. Get lost. So, Beats case got a nice soft fabric on the back, but the edges are just hard plastic, right? And it's flipping stiff. It's so much trouble I had to get that phone off. This is ridiculous. I don't even want to see this anymore. Okay, silicone case, much softer, much nicer. This is going to be much nicer on the phone, and I think it's still it's like 75% there. As far as case thickness goes, I think the silicone case is going to be a bit thicker, not only the back but also the edges as well. And as you know, I like minimalist case. Actually, it's not that different, you know. You know what? Let's put it on the phone. Fortunately, this is turning on now because of that stupid Beats case. Oh God. Do you see how much easier that was to put in? Sorry guys, I'm getting angry now. I'm getting angry now because this silicone case is the same price as this Beats case, and this is horrendous. So as I said, last year after buying my fine woven case, I had a look at the silicone case and it was, you know, it seemed all right. And now this year, as we don't have the option, I think this is what I'll be rocking, at least for the time being. Let's see, I hope the buttons don't do anything now that it's on, but this, yeah, that feels fine. That presses and clicks, listen. Yeah. Power button, also clicky. Action button or clicky. Now, my worry was because the buttons are just like cut out. No, sorry, not cut out. Because the buttons are just part of the silicone case. They're not like, you know, the fine woven case had actual separate like floating buttons, and these are the best. If you're looking for clickiness, then these floating buttons are the best. These are not floating buttons, but they're all right. They're okay. I can probably live with it. Now I do have one more case to try. This is the Benks Armor Pro, and this was sent to me a couple of weeks ago now, before the iPhone announcement was even made, and has a difference between this one and the ones I've tried just now. It has a cutout for the camera button here. Lovely Kevlar, no lining on the inside, but unlike the Beats case, this inside is actually soft, like it's a rubbery material, so it's less of a problem. So let's put this one on. Right. Again, easy to put on as it should be. Okay, so this one is not made by Apple, but look how accurate that cutout is. Amazing, man. Benks, you did a good job there. The only question is though, how easy is that to use through this hole? Because this is the way a lot of cases are gonna go this year. They're gonna have this hole. I mean, it's usable, but it's like you kind of have to press in a lot. It's not my favorite. Now the buttons on this are also built in, but again, still clicky. I mean, probably slightly clickier than the silicone case, because these silicone cases are sealed all around. The Benks case, the buttons have cutouts on the top and bottom. So pros and cons of each one, but they feel okay. And of course, look at that. That looks really good. Now, before I stop talking about cases, I want to talk about one other type of case, and that's the Armor Air cases. This year, you're going to have a couple of choices with cases. One, you're going to have to get one with a hole like this, which you will have to kind of stick your thumb through to operate. You're going to have cases like the Apple silicone cases with, you know, with a button there. I think they're saying it's sapphire. I don't know if it's sapphire or not, but, you know, you're going to have cases like that. And the third type of case are going to be these ultra thin cases. I think these cases are going to be the best. Now, I am a little bit biased to this because these are the kinds of cases I like. I like ultra minimalist cases. But if you think about the camera control as a problem that needs to be solved, this case is going to solve all of it because it's going to give you good looks, it's going to give you good protection. You don't have to worry about the button because it's just going to be a cutout. Let me put my iPhone 15 back into this because obviously this is for the iPhone 15. See, the buttons are just cutouts anyway, but because the case is so thin, the buttons are right there. So, you know, imagine a cutout for the camera control, just like here. Like if it was this, that'd be really easy. That'd be really easy to use. So ultimately, I'll probably end up with one of these again for the iPhone 16. And I know Banks is sending me one over, so I'm going to have a review of that one soon. Personally, I think the silicone case is the best option right now, especially if you like to stay with the first party cases. The silicone case seems to be the best option. The ones with a hole, I'm not such a fan of. And you know, this case isn't even that thick. I've seen cases that are 3 times as thick as this case with a cutout, and I don't know how people are going to use that. That's going to be unusable as far as I'm concerned. So hey, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to put my 16 Pro into my silicone case and rock this for the time being. Remember guys, this video is sponsored by you by liking and subscribing. So if you like this kind of content, you want to see more, please like and subscribe. It does really help me out a lot. And also, I make tons of content about my phone that I'm using for the year. So if you don't want to miss that, if you want to learn about your phone from my experiences, liking and subscribing is the way to go as well. I'll have a couple of links below to where you can buy this case on Amazon because I'm an Amazon affiliate. That's the only way I get any money at all at no cost to you. If you use my link to buy this case or this phone, I'll get a couple of cents kickback. I'll also have a link to this Banks one in the description as well. And Banks have been kind enough to give me a discount code to share with you. I don't make anything from this discount code, but you get 15% off if you use this code here in the, well, how do I, yeah. If you use this code here in the description, you'll get 15% off your order if you like these kinds of cases. Now, they also have the Armor Air cases down there, and I'd encourage you to go have a look at those because those look really good, and I can't wait to get one to review. Finally, I'll be unboxing the Desert Titanium later on with Lena, so if you want to see that, also see Lena's reaction to this because she's not into tech really as I am. I kind of like just encourage her to get an iPhone because right now she has a Pixel 6 with a broken battery, and right now she's actually using my Pixel 4a because that one still works. So you want to see this later? Come back here in a couple hours. So until then, bye for now. Hey, I'm back. I just want to address the elephant in the room. A lot of people have said they get Flossy Carter vibes when they watch these kinds of videos. And it's true, I don't watch a lot of overhead videos, but when I do, it's Flossy Carter's. He makes the best videos like that. And so when I write my script for my videos, I write it in the voice of Flossy Carter. So, Floss, thanks for the inspiration. See you later.